Hello everyone, my name is Manas Milind. Welcome to another session of Learn Maths with Milind. Today we are going to see how to apply by parts to an integration question and when do we actually use it. So if you want to apply by parts, what is the scenario? The scenario is you should have two different type of functions multiplied or given as a product. For example, if you see this question, this function is algebraic while this function is trigonometric. So we can't simply integrate it using the basic formulas. We will have to use by parts. Now we know when to use it. So how do we use it? This is probably the simplest of the integration types where you just need to apply this formula and you get your answers in a flash. Now, some things about this, U and V, you would have seen this written in some books. What is U and V? U and V is nothing but it's an alphabet given to the first and second functions. How do you identify the first and second functions? You must have heard of LIATE as well. So sometimes people call it LIATE, sometimes they call it ILATE. You can use any one because log and inverse functions will never be given together in an integration question. It is not possible to integrate both of them multiplied together. So you can use any one because either log will be given or inverse will be given or none of them will be given. So how do we use it? Let's see. Let's get to the question. So we have two functions over here, two different types, which means we have to use by parts. Now, how do I identify which is the first and which is the second function? It's very simple. We have all five type of functions over here. So if you go from the left, whichever function comes first will be first, whichever comes after that will be the second, or whichever is on the left will be the first function, whichever is on the right will be the second function. In our question, x square is algebraic. Let me just highlight it to show the difference. So x square is algebraic. Let me write it if somebody is not clear. And this is called trigonometric. So if you see ILATE, when you travel from left to right, the first function you encounter is algebraic. So our first function will be x square. You can call it 1. Some people call it UV also. I generally call it 1 and 2. Then after that, when you move, t is your trigonometric, which is after the algebraic function. So this will become 2. That's all. This is what you have to do. And then just look at the formula once. I generally read when I apply the formula. So you keep the first, integrate the second, minus whole integral of, differentiate the first, integrate the second, and then integrate that entire expression once more. This is where there's a slight confusion. So let's clear that out. Okay, so simply applying the formula, I will read and I'll do. So we'll say keep the first function, integrate the second, minus whole integral of, put a bracket, differentiate the first into integrate the second again, whole integral. Right, just to tell this again, keep the first function as it is, do not touch, so write it first and get it over with. Then integrate the second function, which is cos x, minus whole integral of, differentiate the first, so we differentiated it, multiplied by, copy this as it is, integrate the second function, then this put a bracket, close the bracket over here and put a dx again. So whatever is the multiple of this, we are going to integrate it again. So what do we get? X square, integral of cos x is sin x. So this one is taken care, it's done. Put an integration sign again. Differentiation of x square is nothing but 2x. Integral of cos x, we have already found it. So you can simply write sin x dx. Now we have got our I is equals to x square sin x minus integral of 2x sin x dx. Now what you do is, if you see, we have got again an algebraic function and a trigonometric function. So you will see this in some questions that it will be like a loop where you will have to apply by parts twice or thrice. In one shot, you will not get the answer. So what we do is in these type of cases, do not continue writing these expressions again. What in this case, what we'll do is we call it equation 1, right? And or rather, let's just do some adjustments. So can we write this as x square sine x minus 2 integral of x sine x dx? And instead of rewriting this entire expression, because this is already sorted, we are going to call it equation 1. We are going to call this integral as I1 and just focus on solving this instead of copying the entire expression. If you continue copying this, which is already done, you are going to waste some time, which can be utilized in some other questions. And here, why have I taken 2 out? And very important point in integration or differentiation, always take the constants out. It will make your, or it might make your expressions or integrals a little more complicated, and it might add on to your calculation. So always take them out. Now let's just find I1 and then we can replace it back in our equation 1. Same case again, x is algebraic, so will be function 1. Sin x is trigonometric, will be function 2. Same like the original question. Keep the first, integrate the second, minus whole integral of brackets, differentiate the first, integrate the second whole integral. So when you read and do it, chances are you will not make mistakes. Integral of minus sin x is, sorry, integration of sin x is minus cos x. I'm putting a bracket because any result of integration should be put in a bracket. Minus integral of differentiation of x will be 1. This is same, so you can copy and paste this from the previous result. So we get minus x cos x. Minus minus becomes plus, so plus integral cos x dx. Now let's integrate cos x and we have our I1. So minus x cos x plus sin x. This is our I1. Also put a C1 just to indicate that we are placing the integration constants. After this, we have got our answer. All you have to do is substituting I1 in equation 1. It's not important to write it, but if you do, you are going to make the examiner's life easier. You might create a good impression. I will become x square sine x minus twice. So we had minus 2i1, right? So we'll do minus 2, put a bracket, minus x cos x plus sin x plus c1, or I is equals to x square sin x minus 2. If I expand, okay, I'll not expand it, I'll let it be. I writing the positive terms first and then the negative terms, just a habit. Minus 2c1. So this minus 2c1 should not be written like this. It should be written as an integration constant. That is the standards to be followed. X square sin x minus twice sin x minus x cos x plus c. That's it. Box. This will be your answer. You can mention where c is equals to minus 2c1, and that is our answer. So this is how we do by parts. Hope you guys have understood this. There is one note specifically I want to mention, which is if you see, now be careful about this. This is special cases in by parts. Whenever you see log and inverse functions to be integrated alone, for example, like integral of log x or integral of sine inverse x. In those cases, you take 1 as the second function and integrate it. So log and inverse will become first functions and 1 will become your second function. That's how you can use by parts and solve these log and sine inverse type of questions. That's it, guys. Hope you guys have understood. Hope my sessions are helping you. Please like it, drop a comment, and subscribe to my channel for more videos.